In part 1, we were waiting for the bus. Now, in part 2, we're on the bus. And I asked Abhijeet how he went from getting an internship in Finland, from India, to founding his own commercial production company here in Helsinki. But let's start with the first thing he noticed about Helsinki.
First thing I really liked was the weather. The weather was amazing. It was something like this. I would say like exactly like this when I arrived. And since I'm not a big fan of really hot places, especially the place I come from, I actually enjoyed like something that was not cold, not too hot. And it's funny that before I came to Finland, like the thing that was in my head was like it's always just winters here.
Yeah.
So I was like, what kind of jacket should I get and all, like, and everything felt so alien and amazing. Like even a gravel would be like, wow, what a gravel. So I don't know why. It was just a weird, like, surreal experience. I mean, the whole 3 months I was just surprised by everything around. It was because it's just way too different.
After the internship, what happened?
So after the internship, I started actually working as a full-time employee, like after those 3 months in the same company.
Okay, wait. So this is the turning point. So you're a regular dude from India. You're doing some internships. How do you get a permanent job in Finland? Because that's a big turning point.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like now that I think of, even I don't know how would you go about it, because I think it was the connection we had, and there was the feeling, like mutual feeling, like we both want to work with each other, like the company and me as a person. We were pretty comfortable working.
So did they have to do the whole visas?
Yeah. Like he really looked like, his name is Teemu Verama, the CEO of Nopia. Like, he really looked after it very well. Like, I think anyone else wouldn't have been able to get this through, like if there wasn't this support from him. Like he made sure, like he did everything from his company's side, because there's a lot of papers and stuff you have to deal with.
Of course, I can imagine.
Yeah, and there's always this thing that you have to hire someone locally. Yeah, so that's the case. Like, so he had to give out ads in the newspapers saying that we are looking for a character animator, and then he has to present it to, I don't know, to the government that we didn't really get the person we were looking for, so we have to hire from someone outside of Europe. So I think it's like a preference goes from someone from local and then Europe, and then if you don't find anyone, then from outside.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the case.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I know it was 5-6 years ago, but congratulations for that. How did you go from there to founding Silent Owl?
So what happened is, like there's a history. Like I met Ville about 4 years ago when he was selling me a lens. Yeah, it was like through Facebook. Like someone had posted, like they were selling this Canon 17 to 55 2.8 lens. That's how I got to know him actually. After that, there was a project he was doing for some toy company, which was something to do with toy guns. So, and I had just bought Sony A7S, and he was like, "Do you want to try it out? Like, we can try it out in this project." So I came to Vanpa, and yeah, it was a fun project. We just tried it out. Then the next day, we just spoke about how we can get together and form a company. He had some contacts in rest of Europe and UK that he was thinking we could get those guys in. I got too comfortable with the animation job as well, so that was there. Then I think 2 years ago I was like, just quit the job, start something, see if it works, if it doesn't, like just take a risk. So I had no plans. We had a website and everything, but we didn't really had clients. And it took us a few months. We were just roaming around Helsinki, cold visiting ad agencies. Like I used to come from Pori to Helsinki, be here on the weekdays, go around cold visiting.
Wow.
Then sleep at the hostel. Then on the weekends I go back home. And yeah, it was crazy because throughout the day we were just walking around, walking around, finding any
So you
agency. we
literally walk into places.
could- Yes, yes.
How
yeah, we-
was that? How did they receive you? So I mean, presumably you're seeing like a reception person.
Yeah. I mean, either a reception, in some cases directly a CEO.
And did you and Ville both go
Yes.
together?
The thing was, since we had a perspective like he's Finnish,
Yeah.
I'm Indian, so kind of at least something would work.
Yeah.
Like a foreigner coming or a local coming in. So a foreigner would be like, okay, I don't know if I can trust this person. Like, you know, the perception that comes, a brown skin person just comes in and like, okay, if he just crashed into our doors, like, how can I just trust him?
Yeah, but that goes with anyone that you don't know, even if it's a local
It is
Finnish
true,
person.
it is true. But having a Finnish person talking in Finnish still gives, okay, a sense of security.
Yeah,
It
amazing.
still gives that.
So what happened? What kind of results did you get?
So we were pretty bad at it. Like, we might have gotten slightly better at it, but we weren't really salesperson people to really sell something.
Okay.
We just went there. We had some postcards. We wrote some cheesy shit like, "We like your work and we think you could do better at this." But I think we probably weren't that good at that part of it as well back then. I think the problem was you always need to find what the client really values, what the client really lacks, and we weren't really focusing on that. We were just focusing on how can we get work, and that's the worst approach to have.
That's huge. That's a huge insight you got there.
So that's what we struggled with. Like, we were desperate to get work.
Yeah.
We weren't desperate to provide them value. And that's one thing I think anyone who starts a business should know, that that's the core of a business. It's not about you, it's about how you can provide to other people.
So when did you realize that?
I think the realization came this year maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we kept going back and forth what is really not working.
Yes.
And we realized like, that's the worst thing. Like, as a business, you can't be greedy. You have to be giving. You can't be someone like just,
Absolutely.
I mean, we always knew like
It's
whenever
such a cliche, but
Yeah.
you just have to give. It's all about giving. It's so powerful and so simple, and sometimes that's the reason we don't learn it. It's too simple. Anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Join us again in part 3.